Next, I want to talk about working with layers and also working with what we call the foreground and background colors. Now, looking over here in the toolbar, we have what we call a foreground color and a background color. And so you have an option whenever you are what we call filling an image of using a foreground color or a background color. And typically when you open up a Photoshop document, the background is automatically going to be filled with white. So if I want to change that, I would simply click on that background color. And in this case, I'm going to change the values of the CMYK to 0 on all those, and that changes that background to a white color. Well, let's say I want to use this image, and I want to work with this in regards to filling it partially with a background color. And also, to do that, I will need to make what is called a mask. And so what I would do when you have when you want to create a mask, you can create different variations of a mask. Actually, by going up here, you can use different ways that will show up. I'm going to use just a straightforward mask in this case. And to create a mask, you must have your layer selected. And then go down to this image, this icon right here, click on that. And that's going to bring up another box right here. And that's going to be where your mask is going to be going. And so in this case, what you want to do in your tools palette, you want to select the gradient tool. And as you can see up here, it's going to show what gradient you are currently using. You have a lot of different ones you could use. But when you're using what we call a layer mask, in this case, you're going to be using the black that's gradiating into white, like so. And so what you will do, you've got that selected. You've got your gradient tool selected. And so in this case, I'm going to start at the bottom. If you see this little image, a little crosshair right here, I'm going to hold down the Shift key, and I'm just going to drag this up. You see it creates a line, and I'm going to let go, and that has faded out part of that image. And basically what it's done, it has created a mask of the lower part of that image. And so let's say I wanted to fill the lower part of that image with a color. And so what I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to make sure I've clicked on the image itself. And I'm going to just maybe pick some of this darker color in this image. I'm going to pick something like that. And I'm going to put more like that. Okay, I'm going to actually make the background. And so what I need to do, I need to create another layer in this case. And so I'm going down to the bottom of the layer dialog box that says create a new layer. And actually I want this layer to be below that layer because remember, whatever layer is on the top, it's going to be the uppermost layer. So if I try to have this layer up here and fill that with the color, it's going to fill in the whole image. And so I'm going to drag, in this case, I want to have it below that image. And so what I can do in this case is I've got the blank layer selected. I just go to Image and say, Edit and Fill. And it's going to ask me, okay, you want to use a foreground color or a background color? I can just go ahead and pick a different color. I can do a pattern, a history, black, 50% gray, or white. But in this case, I want to use a background color. And so that's going to pick this layer, this color right here. I'm going to say OK. And as you can see, that filled it in with that color right there. And so you can always change that. If you change your mind, you want to change it to a green color, we could do that. So if I go up here, I'm going to pick a green color. I'm going to do that. In this case, I'm going to say back to Edit. I'm going to say Fill. And I'm going to say background color. Again, it changes it to a green color. But again, you can use a photo, in this case, in a masked format if you wanted to use it for an advertisement or for a flyer or something like that, where you could add a headline or some other thing within that image. So again, that is using the layer mask, and again using the background color and using the fill option. And learning to have your layer in the right position when you are filling it with another color when using a layer mask.